I'm Gracie Abrams, and you are watching my iHeartRadio Ask Anything chat. Thank you to Romeo and Most Requested Live for having me to talk about my new song. I know it won't work. Okay, I'm gonna answer your questions. I'm gonna read them and then answer them. Okay. First question is, how excited are you for Good Riddance Deluxe? I'm super excited, says Jake. I'm really amped. It was so hard to choose one to cut off the track list, so I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to kind of like sprinkle some more into the Good Riddance world. Fiona from Chicago asks, what is your favorite cereal, and do you pour the milk first or the cereal first? My favorite cereal from my childhood was Cinnamon Life, because I remember in the summers growing up, my cousins and I would always eat it. It was kind of like the summer treat, was having Cinnamon Life cereal. And it's now on my rider for tour. So myself and the band and our crew, everyone is kind of constantly reaching into this box of Cinnamon Life cereal and taking handfuls. I never in my life have, I think, poured milk first. I always said cereal and then milk. I feel like that's the law, almost. Next question is Leah. What was your first experience with music? What instrument did you learn to play first? Was it natural or did you have lessons? The first instrument that I learned to play was the drums, and I did have drum lessons when I was 8 years old that felt more than anything kind of like an excuse to hit something really hard and get my feelings out. And I had a few lessons. I remember at the point in which I wrote my first song, and I didn't know how to play piano. I didn't know how to play guitar at the time at all. And so I had written this song off the back of being kind of very frustrated with myself. And I sat at this tiny little drum kit and I kind of like tried to sing lyrics over the drums, which didn't go very well, as I'm sure you can imagine. Yeah, it was drums. I love the drums. The next question is, what was your most favorite place that you went to on the first leg of your tour? Oh man, it's impossible to pick favorites, and I mean that. This year, the first leg of tour was our US headline tour, and I do remember feeling kind of especially energized on the day of the Nashville show, which is funny because having just been there with Taylor, I had a similar feeling. And when I had initially gone to Nashville for the first time last year, I got really, really sick when I was there and didn't get to experience the city much because I was in this like brain fog, super kind of just exhausted, run down mental state. And I didn't leave. I remember not really leaving the room that we were staying in for the time we were there, and I was so bummed out about missing it. So this year felt like my first time I got to see Nashville and kind of experience the energy of the city. And I loved it, and I loved the crowd. But I love the crowd at every single show. Chicago's always so much fun. San Francisco is so much fun. I mean, everywhere is so much fun. Do you know what I mean? It's impossible to choose. But Nashville had this kind of like, had this thing in the air that I was like, The next question, it says, your music is so comforting. What's your most embarrassing childhood memory? I definitely peed my pants in elementary school, which is like never a fun thing. Tracy from Tampa, Florida asks, if I had a talk show, who would be my first guest? I would have on my best friend Audrey, because I think everyone should hear what she has to say all the time. Let's see. Leah from Queens asks, is your favorite SpongeBob quote still, I'm ready, promotion? Yeah, it is. It's like, of course. Michelle asks, if you randomly empty out your pockets, what do you usually find? It's funny you should ask, because I was with friends last night and I did just that. And in each pocket, there were about 20 Eras friendship bracelets. Normally, my pockets are filled with those at the moment. Oh man, how much physical memorabilia have you kept from your career and from the current tour does it fill up room? I have so many things. I have so many things. I have so many letters. That's kind of like the big one. And I should come up with a version of organizing those that isn't just keeping them all in a box, but that's kind of their home as of right now. But it's really, really, really hard for me to get rid of your words to me because, oops, my alarm, because you're so open and you're so somehow down to let me into your world, and I really cherish that. So there's a lot, and then I you know, there's lots of other things that are sprinkled around the house. I have like framed photos of Weenie that you guys have given me everywhere, like Weenie salt and pepper shakers, Weenie measuring cups. That's the whole thing. What is the last thing you do before you go on stage? We huddle. The band and I, we huddle. And we do this little like protection meditation that Casey leads because she is a brilliant genius. Well, that was a lot of questions. I think I've been talking for 100 years, but I just wanted to say thank you again so much for watching my Ask Anything chat. My new song is called I Know It Won't Work. And I just want to say thank you to Romeo and Most Requested Live for having me on your show tonight. And thanks for asking me questions. I love you guys so much. I'll see you out on the road really soon. I love you. Bye.